Okay, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to call this June 2nd meeting of the Board of Alderman to order. And would the clerk please call the roll?
Anita Francis.
Here.
Walter Hayes.
Here.
Tyler Levine.
Here.
Bob McAfee.
Here.
David Pyle.
Here.
James Shanks.
Here.
Roger Spencer.
Here.
Carol Wolford. Here.
Okay, would you all please stand with me while we say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Walter, would you begin the case, please?
Father, as we commence this meeting of the Board of Aldermen for the City of Carl Junction, we ask for your blessing on our endeavors. Help us, Lord, to serve with integrity, compassion, and a deep sense of responsibility to the people that we represent. Amen.
Amen. Okay, first thing on the agenda is the approve agenda. Are there any corrections or comments?
Should I approve the agenda?
Did we have a motion and a second?
All motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. If you approve, would you raise your right hand to show approval? Looks like we had 8 in the affirmative. The agenda is approved at this time. Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda, and that's the approval of previous meeting minutes and approval of disbursements. Anybody have any questions or comments on the consent agenda? And if not,
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
would everybody raise your right hands if to approve the consent agenda? I'm sorry. The vote tally was 8-0. Consent agenda is approved, and y'all please bear with me. This makes me nervous as a cat on, I don't know what, doing this for some reason. Next we have public forum. Does anyone wish to speak at the public forum? Please come forward and mention your name. I do have a opening statement that I need to read. All persons wishing to speak to the mayor and the Board of Aldermen during the public comment portion of the meeting should come forward one at a time and stand at the podium, then state your name and address and the subject matter you wish to comment upon. All comments should be directed to the mayor in a civil manner. Comments are limited to 5 minutes unless the mayor or Board of Aldermen grants additional time. It is the mayor's responsibility to make certain these rules are followed and to maintain order and decorum. If you have any question, the Board of Aldermen may, of course, provide an immediate response. However, the mayor, Board of Aldermen also provide no response or response at a later time as they deem appropriate. State your name and address, please.
Yeah, my name's Michael Moore, 801 Delaney Drive here in Carl Junction. Most of you all have seen me here before. A couple things. One, I try to, before I come up and talk about issues, I try to sound it off of someone, in this case, Steve, who I'm forever grateful to. He's been very helpful informing me on what's been going on, so thank you. One thing I was going to bring, well, I'll bring it up because I am now, but you've already answered it today by the work. I was going to ask about the work on Hodge Drive. That was done today, so thank you. The special meeting on Monday, May the 11th, where we got this big fold-out presentation. I know it's a draft. We'll be getting a final version, I assume, at some point. I wasn't here for that meeting, but lo and behold, I was one of the 12 or so people that watched it online. So there are a growing number of us that utilize that capability. I think it's great, but one thing I suggest to you as a council is to, once that's finalized, rather than, I don't know what you're going to do with it, but I'd suggest you put it on a table out in the hallway. You know, make a laminated copy that people can't write on, but just put it out there in front of people. I think one of the things that the city of Carl Junction can do, and you as a council can do, is be more effective at communication. You're meeting all the legal requirements. Things get posted in the Jasper newspaper. Nobody in Carl Junction reads the Jasper newspaper, let alone goes to the Carl Junction website and tries to find things that are buried in the economics of the budgets. The public wants to know what affects them personally. This is a great example of how the council's used their consultant to plan for the future, and there's a board out there now, which is great. I'd just like to add to it that when you get that final draft, put it out there for people to flip through and look at, and put a notice out there. Steve said you could buy a copy of it for the cost of printing. Sure enough, I'll buy one. I'll even put money out there for a couple of people that can't afford it to take one home. Okay? So I wanted to then move on to, this is an article I copied from the Joplin Globe about Liberty's rates going up 16% over the next 3 years. Now, I know Steve's explained to me, Liberty's a different utility than what Carl Junction provides as a city. But Liberty's required to, even though we don't like the final answer, none of us do. I went to a meeting that they had over at Missouri Southern, and I didn't get a chance to vent and ask my questions because two reasons. One, it went on for 3 hours, and two, all the questions I had were already asked a couple of times over anyhow. But at least it's there. It's put in the public face before it happens. We can't change the output, but at least we, as public citizens, had an opportunity to speak on the issue. Then I see from last minutes, one of the most recent minutes, about our water increase is going to go up 10% and then another 10% the next year. And I look at that as a fait accompli. But Steve said, no, it's been out there. It's been planned for some time. But it's been buried in the budget, in the process where nobody can find it. I would challenge any one of you up there to find it when you go home tonight and see how long it took you to find it when it was first brought up. Again, I think that this is an area where the city can do a better job of communicating with the public by putting something on a table, like I said about this other thing. Hey, we're discussing rate increases for the future. The town wants to know what's going to hit their pocketbooks, water, sewer, garbage. They're not interested in the contracts for fixing the sewers and all that. I mean, we trust you to do a good job at that, and you do. All I'm asking for as the face of the public is an improved communication on these issues before they become or before they present the appearance of a fait accompli. Just like Liberty has to do, okay? And I think, if another way to do it, so Steve's challenged me, he says, we could get $1 million if we could figure out a better way to get this information out to the public. One way is the table that I talked about. But then after I talked to him, I realized there is a method of communication that you could utilize. And I've suggested this a year ago. When you have rate increases coming up, put it in the monthly bill. Everybody gets a monthly bill, whether it's electronic or whether it's paper. State so. I had to ask, why did the garbage rate go up? Well, then you guys answered a year ago. It's a contracted 3.5% with, our provider for the next 3 years. Okay, fine, I get that. Why not tell people that up front? People want to know what's going to hit their pocketbooks. Again, they don't care about maybe some care about this street or that street or the utilities here and there, but what they really want to know about is what hits them in the pocketbook, just like you guys do. You're customers as well as I am. So my biggest suggestion is utilize the monthly bill as a communications tool. Add to it, or better, maybe send out a special notice. You've got all our addresses. You've got a way to communicate to us, whether it's electronic or whether it's by mail. Utilize that method to tell us what's going on in advance. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do you have any suggestions on, any better ways? Because,
that was my suggestion, sir, is take that monthly bill, figure out a way to add a couple of sentences to it, or to utilize, you've got this massive database with all our names and addresses. Figure out a way to utilize that and send out a special notice.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
A
Before,
year ago, when I suggested it about the garbage rate, everybody nodded their head and said, yeah, it's a great idea, and nothing happened. Now, I don't expect everything I bring to you to be fixed. A lot of things are addressed, some things are not. I'm happy with the 50% rate, okay? You know, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect. Nobody's gonna have everything addressed that they want to. But that's one thing that I'd like to suggest as an opportunity. Utilize the database you have, all our names and addresses, the public bills, to communicate with us as the public when the things are gonna hit us in the pocketbook in advance, so we can come and talk about them, and then tell us when they're gonna be talked about.
okay, makes sense. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
I also wonder, Mayor, you know, a lot of people sign up for direct debit, you know, for the water bill.
Yep.
And do you have to use an email address to sign up?
Yeah, we get emails. We get email.
The two are not connected.
Oh,
You can get
okay.
email bills.
Well, yeah, I mean, in addition to the print, I mean, we can probably reach a lot of people by sending mass email out, you know, just whatever. Every 3 months, 6 months, whatever's deemed appropriate, but I don't know what that database is like.
Elena?
Database like you guys are talking about, actually, it wouldn't just be a clicking, we're done there.
And one thing I missed, I apologize, but Steve, you know, I brought the info, so what the city needs is either a full-time or a part-time communications person. They can do all the things I'm talking about. Now, can you afford that? No, I get that. Okay, that's why I'm kind of rude to bring it up, but I did anyway. But, you know, somehow, some way, we need someone, a person, whether it's one of you guys or whether it's a part-time employee, somebody needs to be able to focus on communications in the city. Because I think the city suffers from a bad rap. You guys do a great job of running this city. You hit that $10 million savings mark this year. That's fantastic.
We'll see what we can do. We'll talk about what we have available as far as a database goes, because maybe what we've got is not, may not be able to tie it in exactly like you would normally think of a database, but we'll discuss, see if there's anything we can do to help communication on the bills and those kind of things. Is there anybody else that wants to talk at public forum? Anybody up here got any comments or anything? Okay, we'll move on to ordinances. Ordinance amending agreement with SAP Designs to provide consulting services. Do we have a motion for a?
Make a motion, put it on first reading by title only. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a first for a first reading. Clerk, could you please read the title?
An ordinance approving an amendment to the professional services agreement dated October 16, 2024, between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and SAP Design Associates Architects PC of Springfield, Missouri to provide on-call as needed professional architectural planning and related consulting services for various municipal projects and studies as authorized by the city of Carl Junction, Missouri, for sums to be mutually agreed upon, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the city administrator to execute said agreement for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
This has came about because of questions on the strategic plan that we just wrapped up or are getting ready to wrap up about what the next steps are, what we need to do, how we need to do it, how we need to incorporate that document into our existing comprehensive plan so that we have these umbrellas to take care of all of that stuff. This is just like our agreement with Algier Martin for professional services. Of course, theirs is a little bit more specific than what Algier Martin's is, because Algier Martin has a lot bigger basket of things that they do for us. But This way we can continue forward with the work on that strategic plan, and we can make real impact on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Puts them on a retainer, basically, is what it is.
Make a motion that we put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second. Okay, we have a motion by David and a second by Roger. Clerk, would you please read the title again?
An ordinance approving an amendment to the professional services agreement dated October 16th, 2024, between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and SAP Design Associates Architects PC of Springfield, Missouri to provide on-call as needed professional architectural planning and related consulting services for various municipal projects and studies as authorized by the city of Carl Junction, Missouri, for sums to be mutually agreed upon, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the city administrator to execute said agreement execute said amendment to said agreement for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Thank you. I entertain a hand vote. All in favor, please raise your right hand.
First motion, we put the ordinance on final pass. I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'd entertain a vote. Everybody vote with your right hand. Looks like we have 8 in the affirmative. Clerk, would you please call the roll for a roll call vote?
Anita Francis,
Yes.
Paula Levine,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Roger Spencer,
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Walter Hayes,
Yes.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
James Shanks.
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance passes 8-0, and that is ordinance number
2650.
2615. Okay, thank you. Next, we'll move to reports. How about administration report? Steve, do you have?
Apologize for the brevity, but I did have a wonderful vacation in the midst of all of that, so. Any questions for me?
I have one. When are they going to do a 4-way stop now at Ivy and 284 since we've annexed that in?
I just need to get with Jay and get that put in there. Get a stop sign and stop.
There was a lot of traffic Sunday when I came through there, I noticed, and I thought it'd be nice to get it up and going.
Anybody of the board have any additional questions?
I will say that I agree with your comment that the Lakeside Pavilion does look very good. It's a very good job.
I love the fans. Great.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably have to use them this week.
If that's all the comments are on that, we'll move to department reports. Police department, do you have any?
You did something about the storm siren policy. At least that's what I was told by a chief, who was, by the way, suffering some sort of stomach bug. He's been out all weekend. So that's why I'm here, and I've been told to be brief.
Yeah, if you noticed in the Joplin Globe, they talked about it. Joplin amended their storm siren policy because the National Weather Service has started using a possible tornado tag. So what they're doing is they will issue a thunderstorm warning with possible tornado. So Joplin amended their storm siren policy. The chief has been in contact with their chief, their emergency management, Webb City, and all of them. And so that's what we've done, is amend our policy and added that tagline in there about that. So everything else stays the same. You know, if it's headed our direction, whether it's 70-mile-an-hour straight winds or whether they have circulation, any of that, it all stays the same. We just added that one caveat in there for that. So, and we will get this out to the media, get it on the website, and be pretty easy to put on Facebook too. So. I think so, isn't it?
That was all that. The only other thing I have is, dealing with, underage drivers on golf carts. I've been here 10 years and we've been dealing with that since I've been here. And one of the biggest things we run into is parents who say they have no idea that their children cannot drive golf cart legally. Facebook posts, any other media stuff, even just stopping people, no. For some reason, you can live in Briarbrook for 20 years and still don't know if your child can't drive a golf cart on the streets. So our next step here is we have ordered signs, which should be in our possession on Friday. And Jay, at some point, when you can have the time and wherewithal, get these posted, not just in Briarbrook, but Deerfield Estates, Country Club Estates. Basically, letting people that are driving by that live in that area that they will have to know that you gotta be 16 to drive a golf cart on city streets.
Is there a fine for that?
For if the child is 15 years old or older, then they go to city court. Yes, they pay a fine for operating without a driver's license. Parents can also be cited for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive a motor vehicle.
Which is why they say they have no idea.
Which is why they say they have no idea. So in other words, your child stole your golf cart, and that never goes over real well. In my time here, I don't think we have ever actually had to cite anybody, because we give everybody a warning. You know, we let you know. But if that does happen, that it's the second time, yes, somebody gets a ticket.
What about the little electric dirt bikes?
I
And
knew that was.
well, I mean, you see the kids, and I mean, those things, I see kids, not necessarily in Coral Junction, but, you know, riding the ditches and doing jumps. And I'm thinking, wow, that's quite a dirt bike. And then you get up and see that it's an electric bike. I mean,
Electric bike,
yeah.
hit on it. We have had a number of calls about this, and the problem with these is they are quick, they're agile, they can go places that police cars can.
You bet.
We have actually had 2 underage drivers cited, detained, arrested, whatever you want to call it, for attempting to elude a police officer. They actually ran, and strangely, the parents were not happy with the police, because they look at it, they're just kids playing on a toy. And that's another issue we have to deal with. But we're getting with our officers, we're formulating a plan how we're gonna deal with this particular one in such a way that it doesn't make it look like we're trying to be bike Nazis, but at the same time, we wanna keep these kids safe. We had too many calls, kids driving like they're stunt riders.
Yeah.
Or just not paying attention, stop signs, that sort of thing. So we're dealing with that. We've already upped patrols in the area, and we've talked to a lot of people.
I wonder if the signs could, that for the golf carts if you could put some signs up for
That has come up.
electric
The problem
bikes.
with electric motorcycles, e-bikes, motorized bicycles, and all that is essentially you would need a billboard explaining all of what you can do, what you can't do. We have flyers that we can give out, that we can pass out. But this kind of comes down to the communication thing
Yeah.
that Mr. Moore was talking about. It would be great if we had a way to just blast this information out to the public so that they will know.
Okay, that's good information.
And tell the chief I was brief.
Okay.
I'm gonna let the chief know that we talked about it. Feel like you and Officer Bromley should get these little miniature mini bikes, put some police stickers on them. That way you guys can chase them up in the woods.
Kind of do a motorized wheelchair or something, because I can't see those. Oh, but they look like fun. Where were they when we were kids?
Yeah. Jay? Okay, next thing will be committee reports. Mr. Hayes, Budget and Finance.
I don't have anything tonight. Thank you.
Code and Nuisance, Ms. Wolford.
We had a meeting before this meeting and we want to rezone a group of some land to R1C, which is residential compact, to make lot sizes smaller in areas where it's appropriate, so that you could build smaller houses and have smaller lot sizes than what the bigger lot sizes are. And I think that will go to Mr. Talley and to P and Z.
I think I drafted an ordinance. Is that what you consider?
Yeah.
So we need to get it advertised, public
Mike, is this the one you're talking about?
hearing. I think so.
Okay.
I need to add something to that.
Okay, anybody questions on that? Human Resources, Roger.
Nothing at this time, sir.
Public Facilities, Mr. Piles. Economic Development.
Just the retail strategies will be here June 16th. It was previously June 9th. It is going to move to June 16th.
And that's like 10:30 to 12 or something like that in the morning?
It will probably be like midday.
Midday.
Yeah, I'll verify the time for you.
Okay.
You know before next meeting?
Same day. It'll be the same day.
Okay, if nothing else, we'll move on to unfinished business. So we'll start with Anita.
I do not have anything.
Okay, Holly,
Nothing for me, thank you.
Nothing.
Roger, David, unfinished business. Walter,
Yes, I was just gonna say, I had to miss last meeting because I was in Washington DC, but I did watch online the video. I thought looked really good. If anybody else has had the opportunity to see it, the only thing we might want to try to work on is make sure we're using our microphones when we talk. Sometimes the audio is not quite there, but other than that, I think it worked really well.
okay, that's good feedback. Carol?
No, sir.
He said nothing.
Nothing.
Mr. Talley? Elena?
The tiles that were ordered for the mosaic mural have arrived, so I don't know how we plan on distributing those, but they are here to be distributed.
I'm working on a plan. Thank you.
And that's, we're hoping, or planning on having that done for the 4th of July. Is that correct? So,
It's gonna be tight.
okay, yeah, that's a big job, looks like. Steve?
No, sir.
Jay?
Getting ready to start pouring more sidewalks.
Okay. Where are those gonna be?
I'm gonna have to do one up here on Post Street, and we're gonna get to just a gas line anyway, that kind of got to do.
Okay,
And we'll just move around town, maybe out in Briarwood on the walking trail.
okay. Thank you. Chief? We'll move on to new business. And, I'm gonna go around the room just the opposite way we just now did. So any new business? Jay? Steve?
One item in your manila, on your desk, there is some manila folder with a survey for MoDOT. I have a meeting with them on Thursday. If you could have those back to me by about 11:30 on Thursday, then I can just batch them up and give them to them when I go meet with them. It is concerning the West Bypass and I-49, I-249 designation.
Okay, everybody's got a copy. Everybody's got those questions. Elena? Mr. Talley? Mr. Shanks? Carol?
No, sir.
Walter?
No, sir.
David?
No, Mayor.
Roger? New business.
Two things. Steve, our old buddy's back at it again. They're on Red Oak Loop. Red Oak and Red Oak Loop, you know the one I'm talking about?
Yes,
The one that's got his garage held up by bungee cords.
Yeah.
And also at the corner of Red Oak and Rocky on the northwest corner. They have not mowed since I don't know when.
I think that one got turned into the code enforcement already, but I'll check and make
We
sure.
got a call
Thank you.
this afternoon, and started over to
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's been-
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Bob?
Nothing, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Holly? Anita?
No.
Well, that pretty much,
Motion
Com-
be adjourned.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. So if I could see a show of right hands. Looks like everybody wants to adjourn. So, so I think at this point in time, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.